Some of the worst flooding in years affecting people across Minnesota this morning as those heavy rains cause a mudslide. This is outside of Fairview Riverside in Minneapolis. Homes and businesses flooded across the state. Governor Dayton declaring a state of emergency in 35 counties as he prepares to assess the damage firsthand.
And they're going to do that by flying down to the southwestern part of Minnesota, down to Edgerton and Laverne. Governor Dayton just arriving at Holman Field, which is the downtown St. Paul, just across the river from downtown St. Paul. He is speaking, we believe, right now. Let's go to that. Oh, they're still setting up. So you see Senators Franken and Klobuchar with the governor this morning, Tom.
And they, of course, are going to see the damage, Tom, firsthand to assess the issue. We know there are 35 counties that have been declared disaster areas because of the flooding. And here we'll hear from the governor as to what we expect from today.
For the last 2 weeks, I've been scheduled to go down to Laverne and Worthington today to talk about bringing water from the Missouri River into that parched area of the state. And now we're going down to look at floodwaters as high as 7 feet. And as Commissioner Frederickson noted yesterday, in Rock County, there are 250,000 acres of farmable land. 100,000 of them are seriously damaged or even destroyed. About 8,000 acres of pastoral land, which is used for cattle primarily and other livestock, and most of that is underwater, and they're out of feed, and they can't get feed in because all the roads are blocked. So we're going to see a very, very tragic situation today, a lot of hardship, and it's all the more reason why we should be there, but it's going to be very, very difficult. Yesterday we saw in Otana, Mankato, and then Henderson a whole lot of farmland underwater. And again, my mentor here, Commissioner Frederickson, tells me that if corn is underwater for more than 24 hours, it's lost, and soybeans even less time than that. So there's a lot of crop damage, a lot of lost crops. And of course, we've got situations north, we've got situations here in the metro area. The damage is really almost unprecedented and very widespread. Senator?
Thank you, Governor, and thank you for everything you're doing. I think how our state responds to a disaster is always a measure of how we take care of our people. And one of the reasons we're going out today is so that when we go back to Washington, we can talk to the Agriculture Secretary and tell him what we're seeing, and we can talk to FEMA and tell them the extent of this damage. As you know, the magic number for getting federal assistance is over $7.3 million in damage for the state. We believe we're getting very close to that. Assessments will be made, and then also we can get a lot of help for the crop damage and livestock. My understanding is 40% of Rock County of their farmland is underwater, and this means not just the corn, not just crops, it also means livestock and alfalfa and what the livestock eat. And so we're going to have severe problems with grazing this summer and other issues, and as a member of the Agriculture Committee, I worked hard to get that farm bill done. It's very good for us that the 2014 farm bill is in place. It's going to allow us to access some of the federal loan programs once these counties are declared emergency areas, and it also is going to help us to get crop insurance. So our major focus today is to talk to everyone about the damage they're seeing to infrastructure and to get some accounting of that. So we can try to access federal help as we have in the past in Duluth and in southern Minnesota with in tornado situations. We've seen time and time again that we get that federal number up there because of the extent of these disasters. And then the second thing is to get the help with agriculture and to work with the Secretary of Agriculture to get the emergency loans, but also the crop insurance that we work so hard to get in the farm program. And I just want to thank the governor and his great staff and his great agriculture commissioner and my former staff member, I always like to get that in, Dave Frederickson, for his good work. I know we will work well with him in making sure we do everything to help the farmers and the rest of the communities. This is a statewide problem. It's not just in southern Minnesota, not just in northern Minnesota. It's right here in the metro, and we have to access all the help we can get.